Round two, Dr. Heavenly, for each of your past actions. Tell us if you regret it or not and why. Dr. Heavenly, dentist to all the finest teeth in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Do you regret publicly commenting on Sweet Tea's fertility journey and saying your mom has a better chance of conceiving?
Ooh. Now, y'all, that ain't fair. Yes, I do regret it.
Okay.
But she talked about my mom being in hell. It was just a clapback.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Do you regret tweeting this about Toya? You've got to be the dumbest bitch in captivity.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah.
I regret it. Dang, I don't
you
remember
do?
that.
Okay. Do you regret sharing Quad's house tour on Instagram with the caption, Quad's mansion just hits different, after Sweet Tea posted her own house tour?
I do not regret that.
Okay. Do you regret saying on your channel with Quad that you helped Phaedra after she claimed she revived the show?
We did help Phaedra.
This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're staying with him. We're gonna stay with him, and we're gonna start talking positively about it. If we're not gonna stay with him, let's leave and shut up. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna stop talking about this all the damn time. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're staying with him. We're gonna stay with him, and we're gonna start talking positively about it. If we're not gonna stay with him, let's leave and shut up. That's what I'm thinking, right? We're gonna stop talking about this all the damn time. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're staying with him. We're gonna stay with him, and we're gonna start talking positively about it. If we're not gonna stay with him, let's leave and shut up. That's what
All right, y'all. I did not expect to wake up to this kind of tea. When I tell you the timeline was in shambles, I mean it. Word on the street is that Dr. Heavenly is completely losing it after allegedly getting kicked off Married to Medicine. And guess who is sliding right back in like she never left? None other than the original Queen Bee herself, Mariah Huq. Now hold up, because if you've been watching this show from the beginning, then you already know this isn't just some regular cast shakeup. This is personal. This is layered. This is years of shade, lawsuits, broken friendships, and bruised egos bubbling right back to the surface. And baby, what nobody expected was for Heavenly, the loudest voice in the room for seasons, to suddenly be the one without a chair when the music stops. But here's the twist. It's not just about her losing a spot, it's about who took it. And the fact that it might be Mariah, oh, you already know that hit different. Let's talk about it. Now, before we get into this alleged freakout, we need to rewind the tape for a second, because this tension didn't start yesterday. This goes all the way back to the foundation of the show. Mariah Huq wasn't just another cast member. She was the creator, the executive producer, the woman who built Married to Medicine from the ground up.
Round two, Dr. Heavenly, for each of your past actions. Tell us if you regret it or not and why. Dr. Heavenly, dentist to all the finest teeth in Atlanta.
Ooh.
Do you regret publicly commenting on Sweet Tea's fertility journey and saying your mom has a better chance of conceiving?
Ooh. Now, y'all, that ain't fair. Yes, I do regret it.
Okay.
But she talked about my mom being in hell. It was just a clapback.
Okay.
That's all it was.
Do you regret tweeting this about Toya? You've got to be the dumbest bitch in captivity.
Yeah, Lee.
Yeah.
I regret it. Dang, I don't remember that.
Okay. Do you regret sharing Quad's house tour on Instagram with the caption, Quad's mansion just hits different, after Sweet Tea posted her own house tour?
I do not regret that.
Okay. Do you regret saying on your channel with Quad that you helped Phaedra after she claimed she revived the show?
We did help Phaedra.
When the show first aired, it revolved around her life, her marriage, her friendships, her circle. She was the connector, the center. But as seasons went on, things shifted. Dr. Heavenly came in with that big personality, sharp tongue, and zero filter. She was loud, unapologetic, and never afraid to say what everybody else was thinking, or what they weren't thinking but she felt like saying anyway. At first, fans loved it. She was messy, yes, but entertaining. She stirred the pot, and let's be real, reality TV runs on drama. But her relationship with Mariah, from the jump, it was tension. Mariah always carried herself like royalty, calm but calculated, confident but sensitive when crossed. And Heavenly? Oh, she didn't bow to nobody, not even the woman who helped create the platform she was standing on. They clashed over respect, over loyalty, over who really mattered more to the show. And what started as little jabs turned into full-blown warfare.
This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're staying with him. We're gonna stay with him, and we're gonna start talking positive positively about it. If we not gonna stay with them, let's leave and shut up. That's what I'm thinking. We're gonna stop talking about this all the damn time. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're gonna stay with them. We're gonna stay with them, and we're gonna start talking positively about it. If we not gonna stay with them, let's leave and shut up. That's what I'm thinking, right? We're gonna stop talking about this all the damn time. This is what we're not gonna do. We're not gonna keep putting the man down. We're gonna stay with them. We're gonna stay with them, and we're gonna start talking positively about it. If we not gonna stay with them, let's leave and shut up. That's what
There were rumors, accusations, social media rants, even legal drama at one point. The friendship was never solid. It was competition dressed up as coexistence. And eventually, Mariah was out. Now, whether you believe she was pushed out or the network made a business decision, one thing is clear. When Mariah left, Heavenly's voice got louder. She filled that space. She became the main commentator, the one with confessionals that cut deep, the one people either loved or hated but couldn't ignore. But here's the thing about reality TV. The throne is never permanent. Fast forward to now. The whispers started small. Heavenly might not be coming back. At first, people brushed it off. She's a staple. She brings drama. Why would they cut her? But then came the social media clues. Heavenly started posting cryptic messages, quotes about betrayal, about fake friends, about people being jealous. And you know how it goes. When reality stars start posting those inspirational "God will remove people from your life" messages, something is up. Then she went live, and baby, the energy was different. Her voice was raised. She was defensive. She kept saying she built this platform and nobody can replace her. She didn't say directly that she was fired, but she didn't deny it either. She kept talking about being disrespected and undervalued. And here's where it gets messy. Almost at the same time, Mariah started trending. Fans noticed she was suddenly more active, posting throwback clips from early seasons, posting pictures with old cast members, and then someone caught it. She followed a producer from the show again. Coincidence? Maybe.
Heavenly.
they cheated. He didn't mean to do it. He didn't mean to do it, man. It was dead bitch, and I'm not gonna give like that. But I know this man loves me with all of his soul. It takes two to tango. It takes two. That man would never hurt me like that on purpose. That's what they never gone up to that man's hand, honey. This is a man who is strong. And that's what that is, and he wouldn't do it to his kids. He wouldn't do it to me.
But then the blogs picked it up. Rumors started circulating that Mariah was in talks to return, that the network wanted to bring back the original flavor, that they felt the show had drifted too far from its roots. And if that's true, that means Heavenly's exit clears the path. Now imagine being Heavenly. For years, she's been vocal about Mariah, called her manipulative, said she was fake, claimed she didn't deserve credit for everything, and now the same woman she criticized might be stepping back into her spot. That's not just business, that's humiliation. Sources say Heavenly felt blindsided, that she thought she was secure, that she believed her loyalty to the show would protect her. But here's the twist. Fans have been divided for a while. Some viewers started complaining that Heavenly crossed the line too many times, that the jokes weren't funny anymore, that she attacked marriages, families, appearances, that it stopped being shade and started being cruelty. And we've seen it. There were moments where even her own friends looked uncomfortable. The reunion episodes got darker, the arguments got more personal, and instead of growth, people felt like they were watching the same cycle repeat. So when the rumors of her being removed started circulating, a portion of the audience wasn't shocked. Some were actually celebrating, and that had to sting, because Heavenly has always thrived on being needed, being the spark, being the one who keeps the show interesting. But what nobody expected was how emotional she would get publicly. In one live session, she reportedly said, "Y'all don't know what I sacrificed for this show." She talked about how her family dealt with online hate, how her business was affected by storylines, how she carried scenes when others wouldn't show up. It sounded less like anger and more like hurt. And let's not forget Dr. Damon. For years, viewers have side-eyed their marriage. Heavenly always defended it, said they were solid. But this kind of career shift, it puts pressure on everything. When your identity becomes tied to a platform, losing it feels like losing yourself. Meanwhile, Mariah has been quiet, calculated, smiling in photos, posting subtle captions like, "Timing is everything." Now that right there, that's a message without saying a word. And fans are eating it up. Because if Mariah really is returning, this isn't just a comeback, it's a redemption. It's a full circle moment, the creator reclaiming her throne after years of being sidelined. But here's what makes this story deeper than just reality TV drama. This is about ego, about legacy, about what happens when power shifts. Heavenly built her brand around being fearless, but sometimes fearlessness can turn into recklessness. And when the audience starts feeling uncomfortable instead of entertained, the network notices. Mariah, on the other hand, always played the long game. Even when she was off the show, she kept her dignity. She hinted at injustice, but never completely exploded. So now we have two women who once stood on the same stage switching positions. One allegedly out, one possibly in. And the emotional weight of that? Heavy. Because behind the glam, the confessionals, the shady reads, these are real lives, real families, real pride on the line. If Heavenly truly got kicked off, that means her income changes, her exposure changes, her influence shifts. And let's be honest, reality TV fame can disappear overnight. For Mariah, this could be her second chance to remind people who she is, not just as the former cast member, but as the woman who started it all. But what nobody expected was how personal this would feel to the fans. Some are saying justice is served. Others are saying the show won't be the same without Heavenly's chaos. And some are just sitting back with popcorn, waiting to see if these two will ever share a screen again. Can you imagine that reunion? Now here's the emotional part that doesn't get talked about enough. Heavenly has built her identity around being strong, around not caring what people think, around speaking first and apologizing later, if at all. But when the cameras stop rolling and the contracts end, you're left alone with your thoughts. Was it worth it? Did I go too far? Did I protect my peace or destroy it? Losing a platform like Married to Medicine isn't just about fame. It's about routine, about purpose, about that adrenaline of being seen. And for someone as outspoken as Heavenly, silence can feel louder than any argument. At the same time, Mariah stepping back in could reopen old wounds for everyone. Cast members who picked sides, friendships that fractured, secrets that were buried. Because reality TV never truly ends. It just waits for the right moment to explode again. And if this comeback happens, baby, that explosion is coming. But here's the powerful truth in all of this. Nothing in this industry is guaranteed. Not loyalty, not fame, not even your spot on a show you helped build. Today, you're the fan favorite. Tomorrow, you're trending for the wrong reason. And maybe, just maybe, this is a wake-up call for everybody involved. For Heavenly, it might be a moment to reflect, to rebuild her brand outside of chaos, to show growth beyond drama. For Mariah, it might be a chance to rewrite her story, to return not with bitterness, but with grace. And for the rest of us watching, it's a reminder that behind every headline is a human being navigating pride, pain, and public opinion. But don't get it twisted. If Mariah walks back onto that set and Heavenly is nowhere to be seen, the energy is going to be electric. Because sometimes the biggest plot twist isn't what's said on camera, it's who's still standing when the dust settles. And right now, the dust is still flying. So tell me, if you had to choose, are you Team Heavenly or Team Mariah? Or are you just here for the drama? Either way, one thing's for sure. This season, it's about to be unforgettable.